Hello, I am here. And shit is completely disorganized on my desk, but that's normal. Light out of my damn face because I don't need it right here. Move Abraxia, she's been on my desk this entire time. Still have not painted her. Haven't painted anything recently. Put this here, and that should be good. There we go. Let's get to building. Get some shit done before I have to start packing up and leaving. What do we need? The front and the back part and the legs. 1, 2. Is that literally 1, 2, and 3? Yes. Fairly certain that little nub is important. What the fuck? It's just a straight line going through the back of this. It's interesting. And through the front of this, actually. Right there. Oh, it's cool. It's so weird how, like, characters are organized on the sprue. I really need to get those nippers that, Redgrass sells. Hello, Appo. Hello, Robbie. Where the fuck are the legs? Oh yeah, this is why the legs are literally just a bar. That's so funny. It's the late night stream. I wanted to do some building. I didn't want to paint tonight. I got knocked the fuck out by a leaper. That's so unfortunate. A leaper? Oh, you're talking about fucking Arc Raiders. I haven't played that recently. I really should because they're having the snow event going on and that seems fun. Where's my knife? There it is. Damn it. Stay there so I can see you. Hey Dio, what if you went to the beach and there was a 20-foot tall human spinal column sticking out of the sand? What would you do? Well, the first thing I would do is I would never go to a beach because I hate beaches. The second thing is if there was a 20-foot tall human spinal column, assuming it's like actually anatomically correct, and is it just enlarged or is it extended? If it's extended, that's weird. If it's enlarged, I'm leaving. If it is like a human spinal column that is scaled for a 20-foot tall man, I'm leaving. Fuck that. Insert Anakin quote, basically. Obviously not anatomically correct. It's 20 feet tall. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a spinal column for a 20-foot tall man. This is why I ask these questions. What's obvious to you isn't obvious to me. All right. Where is my... Oh, there's my glue. Yeah, scaled up, not 4 spinal columns stacked on top of each other. Okay. So it is anatomically correct, it's just scaled. Where are you, the back? No, you have to be the front. I feel like being 20 feet tall disqualifies from being anatomically correct. Anatomically correct means anatomically correct to whatever it is that you're looking at. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say a beaver spine is anatomically correct, but like in accordance to what I understand what it is. Would you say that a giant spine is anatomically incorrect just because he's bigger than you? Also, hi, Alex. What? Oh shit, it fucking flipped. I need the shitty little plates that go on the side. Okay. I think I have options on the... No, I don't. I do not have options on the plates, as a matter of fact. I think I have to buy a new build plate for my printer. Pain. Why? What happened to it? Because the only time I ever had to buy a new build plate was when I have like a flex plate on mine, but you have to put like a magnet on it, and the magnet ended up getting all fucked up over the course of the winter, so I had to completely just buy a new build plate. Like, I couldn't get the magnet back off. Nothing is sticking to sections of it. Several prints have failed because of it. You've replaced your FEP, right? I would really recommend getting a build plate from Wham Bam. In all honesty. I would also just recommend not buying an Elegoo, which is what I assume you have. I still have yet to replace the FEP on my Frozen since I've bought it. And good, because Frozen FEPs are so expensive. I use an Anycubic. I've heard Anycubic is a good beginner one. I've heard it's better than Elegoo. I fucking hate Elegoo, man. I don't know why I kept buying printers from them. This shit is buns, bro. Don't get a Quiddy S box. What the fuck is that? Same, I got it on actual discount Black Friday 2 years ago. Why is Elegoo bad? I can't buy a printer, just curious. So Elegoo is like the most basic bitch of printer that you can buy. They're always cheap, but they're built cheap. Anycubic has a better user experience. They're still not like perfect printers, but they're better than Elegoo. I've owned Elegoos most of the time I've been printing, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt, buy one to learn how to print, but don't buy one to actually like continuously print your minis. This thing keeps flipping over. Oh, they go on here. Gotcha. For your first printer, there's nothing wrong with buying an Elegoo, and I'm never going to shame anybody for buying one, but if you want to like actually do 3D printing as a hobby, I would never recommend keeping one. literally my first ever experience with Elegoo was bad. I bought a Mars 2 Pro. How long ago? It's just like almost 4 years ago. Why not shame people? Because people don't know what they're doing when they're first starting out on 3D printing. It's a very complicated hobby, and it is a hobby. But my first ever 3D printer I got was a Mars 2 Pro, and it was good for, you know, my first printer. But literally, the first time I tried printing anything with it, it printed moderately okay. I still didn't know what I was doing. I don't know, why am I gluing here? I don't need to glue here yet. I didn't know what I was doing, and the second time I tried printing something, the Z-axis, the motor that goes like up and down, immediately broke because whatever grease they put on the motor got all old and gunked up straight from the factory and completely clogged it up, and it broke. So I had to buy a whole new motor and had to replace that. That was the first thing I ever had to do. And then so I bought two Mars 2s because I didn't have a need to buy anything bigger. I was able to print a Lehman Russ off of them, so it wasn't that bad. And I printed off a fucking Imperial Knight or a Chaos Knight, my Lancer, off of one of those twice, by the way, twice, because the first time I fucked up curing it and it got all fucked up. But then I bought a Saturn IV, I think is the bigger one, which is basically like a little bit smaller than my Sonic Mighty 8K. And the Saturn was fine for a while. I didn't hate it. As always, I kept buying a flex plate from Wham Bam because it just made 3D printing so much easier. Not sponsored, by the way. God, I wish. The problem was when the LCD screen on my Saturn broke. So I replaced the LCD screen on my Mars before, and it was annoying, but it wasn't like unmanageable. It was just the fact that I did it in a really small shed that took forever. Then I had to uninstall the LCD screen on my Saturn. That was a fucking pain in the ass because it's like some sort of like a glue or something. I forget what they use to like hold the LCD in place and make sure it doesn't like move around. Whatever glue that they used was super fucking tough, and I had to get a literal, like, I tried using a mallet to knock it out. I had to use an actual hammer to knock it out, which was fine because it was already damaged. And then I replaced the LCD screen and everything was fine after that. And then a week later, the LCD screen broke again, like just dead pixels instantly. So I gave up on Elegoo, and I've been using Frozen this entire time, and it's been fucking great. I love Frozen. They're I've always wanted a Frozen because I've heard that they were very good, and I passed up an opportunity to buy one a long time ago because one of my friends, he knew somebody who was moving away. He was going to basic training or whatever for the military, and so he wasn't going to be able to take his 3D printer, and he just wanted to sell it to have some cash. And I could have bought it. I didn't, but I could have. I ended up buying I think he had like a 12K or something. I don't remember. It was something crazy, but it was way out of my price range at the time, even when used. But I ended up buying a Sonic Mighty 8K for like 400, 500 bucks or something, and it's been one of the best printers I've ever used. My only problem is just like a me specific problem because I'm an idiot. When you buy a Wham Bam flex plate, before you install it, because it increases or it decreases the amount of room your printer bed has to lower down, you're supposed to put a spacer on like a little nub in the back so that way it can lower down and hits the fucking auto detect so that way it doesn't like slam into your LCD screen. I don't do that. I just like stick a fucking Allen wrench back there and just hit the fucking detection thing so that way my plate doesn't break into my screen because I'm an idiot. It's not that annoying, but it's just a me problem. Yeah, trying to research 3D printing, especially when you know nothing about it at first, is so fucking like almost impossible. There's like nothing of it makes sense to you at the time. Number 9. There it is. I tried printing helmets on my school's S-Box over the course of 2 weeks and got one actual good print on the Prime with Whip. Oh, okay. It helps. Don't get an S-Box. There's like no support or any info online, I swear. I'm assuming that's an FDM printer that you're talking about, since you said it's at a school. Schools don't fuck with resin usually. Honestly, anybody's first mistake when it comes to 3D printing is just buying an FDM printer and not using it to like print terrain and shit. And then they try to print minis and it's just a fucking massive headache. There's FDM printers that can do that now, mostly Bamboo, but still, you should not be doing that for your first ever printer. You should be buying a resin printer and just suffering with the chemicals like the rest of us. You'll get used to it after a while. Just settles on like that, or am I a fool? I'm a fool. It settles on like that. I'm saving, or I'm having a my steak is too juicy moments. I don't know what to play out of my nearly 700 games. It's so funny. No, it's resin. That's why I said used half a bottle. Oh, you did say bottle, didn't you? Did you say bottle? Oh yeah, all the way at the end. It's crazy. Are FDM printers... Wait, are there FDM printers that use bottles? No, FDM printers use spools. Usually. Unless you got some weird fuck-ass FDM printer that I don't know about. I don't know, dude. You probably have a single-player game that you haven't beaten. Probably time to beat that. That being said, I still need to beat the first Mechanicus game because I never did. I literally got like towards the end and then decided I'm gonna buy the Heretic DLC and learned that the DLC doesn't work in an already started game, so you have to restart the entire game, which is fucking annoying. I really want to get back into playing Arc Raiders again. I haven't had time though. The FDM printers at my school are Bamboo X1 Carbon. I made a Rhino the other day about Amos. I have no clue where the printer one went. That's so funny. My friend has an A1 Mini or something, and my family was looking into buying a big 3D printer because I have a brother who's interested in like cosplay and stuff, and it would just be good to have one around. And that way I'd be able to make my own cosplay shit, which I've been wanting to do for a very long time at this point. That way I have to put the hand first. A friend of mine actually wants me to find Thousand Sun proxies for her. I think I mentioned this before. I believe you have as well. A close relative of hers is an old FDM printer, and she thought it could print minis. I first thought 1,000 Suns with an FDM. That's not happening, dude. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news on that one. Fucking, you got more chances of winning the lottery, especially if you said it's an old printer. Like now, FDM printers can print fucking minis. Old? Fuck no. I printed a Thousand Suns mini, I think. I can't remember. I printed my friend some Thousand Suns Rhino proxies or Predator proxies, and he still has them, I think. I don't know if he sold his Thousand Suns, actually. He keeps selling all of his armies, but that's just because he has money to be doing that. He has money, and he has money and time to be starting up armies and then selling them and then starting up whole new armies again. But he's sticking with Emperor's Children right now because it's his favorite legion, I think. I haven't seen him in forever though. He's been busy with work. Sucks because he's the only other guy at my shop who wants to play Trench Crusade. Well, no, there's somebody else, but there's like 2 people who want to play Trench Crusade at my shop. Dude, I feel that so much. What, constantly selling and starting up armies again? I refuse to sell any of my shit. I'll sell like boxes that I don't use, but that's about it. If I start an army, it's because I want to start an army. The closest I've gotten to a situation like that is 3D printing some stuff for an army and then just never continuing that army like I did for my guard. I have God knows how many like Cadian proxies and shit. Oh god. That I'm just never gonna use because I don't want to play guard. I thought I wanted to, but it's honestly a very boring army to me. I bought like 20 combat patrols. I remember you saying this. So you have like, I've almost every fucking combat patrol. Nobody tell this man about Spearhead. He will be gone. What's up? Hello. Nothing, just building up some of my Slaves to Darkness because I really want to. And head option is last. My heads are all the way over here. Not so much of an AOS guy. I fucking love AOS, dude. Not as I'm not gonna ever love it more than 40k, but in terms of gameplay right now, I do. AOS is super fun. Played STD when GW killed my army in the edition change. So unfortunate. I'm playing STDs right now. It's so weird telling people like, yeah, I play STD. Like, huh? You play what? There we go. Where's my knife? I like Slaves to Darkness. They're not perfect. They used to be honestly, their index used to be better, whatever you want to call it, when the edition first started. In my opinion, used to be much better, but they're still not bad. There's a list going on around right now where it is for anybody here who plays AOS. Apparently, like one of the most competitive lists you can play, or at least the one that like won a big tournament, is I'm trying to remember. It's Archaon, who is like 800 points. Be'lakor, who's 400. Aeternus, who's nearly 300. I think some Chaos Knights and Chaos Chosen, and that's the whole list. No, man, I play Slaves. Slaves to Darkness is so hard to abbreviate. Well, people call it STDs. But how do you explain to somebody in a conversation, yeah, I like STDs. You don't really come back from that. Where did my fucking one super glue go that was still good? It's on the floor, I think. I see it. I don't think that's it. It has super glue in it. I'm an SCD collector myself. Hello, Quagmire. Yeah, this one's fucked. What's your favorite STDs? I actually don't know if I have a favorite model. Oh, here's my glue. It's literally right in front of me. I'm so fucking stupid. Yeah, I don't know if I actually have a favorite model right now. I will say a 20-man brick of warriors is so fucking funny. I've never once abbreviated combat patrol. Hank, don't abbreviate command points, Hank. There's a lot of things you shouldn't abbreviate in Warhammer. Yeah, hell yeah, brother. Look at that shit. I have Sigvald. I fucking hate Sigvald. He killed Crow. End Times is so bad, I hate it. don't know if I have a favorite model. Oh no, that's a lie. I do have my favorite model. My favorite model right now is the Exalted Hero of Chaos, or the Exalted, is it Hero of Chaos or something? It's like Exalted Warrior of Chaos. It's the guy who gets a bunch of buffs for fighting monsters, because I, heavy quotations, tricked my friend into fighting out of turn when my Exalted Champion, or whatever the fuck he's called, was on like 1 health in front of a, what is it called, a Gut Rippa boss or whatever from the Cruel Boys. The dude was like full health, and I just pumped like 12 damage or something crazy like that into him, because you get bonus rend and bonus damage when fighting monsters with him. So your attacks go for, it's like 6 attacks, or it's 6 or 5, no, it's 7 attacks, because I was running the hero detachment. So it was 7 attacks at rend 2, flat 3 damage, and he had fights twice. And so he just, like, just in the first round of combat, fucking murdered him. It was so funny. Hank, don't say you love the Black Legion and abbreviate it at the same time. Hank! So funny. Oh, there's already has cracks inside of it. I could try to paint, what's it called? I might keep these separate for now then, if I'm gonna do that. I want to try to do lava bases on my guys, but I also kind of just want to like give up and do snow. I also really don't know how to paint lava. I'm gonna have to look that up. So I'll probably keep them separate for now. Show us the jet bike paint job. Oh, sure. Let me grab him. I haven't painted him since last stream, but let me get him. Me listening to my opponent talking about how command points and hoping some people don't know 40k, don't hear them. And thankfully, everybody at my shop plays 40k, so when somebody accidentally says I have a lot of CP, it doesn't mean what most people think it does. This motherfucker, this is the one I'm talking about. My favorite guy right now. Anyways, here is Basilon. Like I said, I haven't painted him up. Why must basing be so difficult? It doesn't have to be. You just make it difficult on yourself. Do Iceland bases with lava and snow? That's actually a pretty good idea if I want to fucking blow my brains out. But here you go. This is Basilon. He's not done, but you can get the idea of what he's supposed to look like. He also still needs a wash and everything. Can I get closer? Yes, I can. I still need to do some stuff here. Get the heads that I want. I might recolor his gloves. I might just paint them black. But yeah, still very proud of this model. It's my favorite. But I must base 120 Necron warriors. Snow, there you go. Do you have any other models of any of your first characters? I have the entirety of the inner circle. I just don't have all of them with me right now. I mean, here's Dio in his fucking Abaddon Proxy Glory, which I mean, I've shown them all off on the first ever stream, I think. I might redo him, but I still really love how this base came out, especially the heated parts of the Dreadnought. My only problem is like no one ever really sees it, but this part is like a little orange that I fucked up on the glow, but you're only ever looking at him from the front. I just don't know if I'm particularly happy with the pose that I gave him, but I still do like the walking over just a dreadnought that's just dead. Like it's fucking nothing. Probably one of my favorites, and he's already dusty somehow, which is funny because I keep him in a case and he's still somehow dusty. I don't think. I mean, here's old Bacillon, who is also dusty because I've been leaving him out. I think I've seen that base on purple. Yeah, it was on purple site. I mean, here's the old Bacillon model, which, I mean, if we're just being real, bar for bar, band for band, straight fucking upgrade. Pretty crazy. Oh yeah, I've started writing lore for my character. I would like to be the Zenerite Warpsmith obsessed with Xenos tech. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, I also have Kolgan. Kolgan, who I painted in one stream, never finished and never based properly, but he's still here. I don't know if I'm particularly happy with Kolgan though. It's not a bad model, but I don't know if I'm particularly happy with him. Oh shit, a dreadnought snuck up on me, so unfortunate. Nice English Apo, I saw that. Will the Broken Tower video ever come? Yes, Garg. Fuck you. It takes time to edit. Which one is Colgate? This is Kolgan. I just saw a comment about Colgate getting obliterated. All I calls him Colgate. It's funny. I did not intend for that. It was just a funny accident that I realized way too late into writing about him that his name sounds like Colgate. Yeah, this is the Exalted Champion. This is the guy who's just like fucking destroying monsters in my games. And honestly, he fucking deserved it. I mean, like, what's his role? So I run him as a Master of Executions. I forget what his actual title is. Let me look for it. I have the Broken Tower stuff around here somewhere. Inner Circle. Kolgan's is Master of Executions. Hold on. I'll be back real quick. Dinner has been served. Y'all are dumb. I'm back. Spamming me in the Discord. Do you have the Friedel the Chainmaker? I do not. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm gonna look that up. Hey, Mr. Old Worldwide. Where the fuck you say Friedel the Chainmaker? What the fuck is this? Oh. That's not. Okay, I kind of like that. Is this resin? Fuck, it's resin. I need to see how... I think that's a woman. She's scaled. Let me actually look that up. We go to mini compare. Because if she's smaller than even like the Exalted Hero guy, I don't want her. Little Chainmaker, and then what's his name? It's like Huracan? Ah, fuck. Here we go. Exalted Hero Chaos. Okay, she's on her base at the very least, similar height. Friday the Chainmaker. I don't hate her. When was she released? I don't ever remember seeing this kit. Is this for Old World? Old World, yeah, okay. I should actually check out some of the Old World stuff because there might actually be some cool Warriors of Chaos things that I want to bring over. Yeah, this is my problem. $52 fucking dollars, and because she's a fucking resin model, she's GW only. Like, God, man, so fucking ass. Oh yeah, the new Cast Marauders are fucking awesome. I want them to re-release Harry the Hammer, like his old ass model. I want them to re-release that. I would buy that. It's so like shitty because there's actually a lot of Old World models that like I think they look cool, but they're not well proportioned. That being said, this Chimera actually looks sick as fuck for being Old World. It's the paint job that's carrying it. I'm pretty sure this is still resin. Hold on, it's not. This is plastic? Oh my god, it is. There's some cool Old World shit that I really do want to get, but a lot of it looks bad. The arcane frogs are so funny. I should probably be streaming this, but I also don't care that much because I'm gonna get off of this in a second. I don't have that much interest in playing Old World, but there is a bunch of cool stuff in here that at least makes me somewhat interested. Anyways, back to this. Wally the World Eater. How did you write your homebrew lore? You make me want to write for my Votann. So this is because I'm autistic, and I literally cannot like do anything without putting my own spin on it, especially if you are literally able to make your own lore and do your own shit. Like when I do tabletop RPGs, I always do homebrew. I never do a module because I have this like almost obsessive compulsion to be like, if I am working in something that is creative, that allows creativity for me in any form, I need to have some control over it and have it be how I want it to be. So like, for instance, even in like a Monster Hunter, when I'm making an outfit for my character, there's a story behind it. Like I need to know like my character is my character. It's not like I'm not just the hunter or whatever the fuck the protagonist is called in like Monster Hunter World. I am my own character depending on what I am wearing. I need to kit bash everything I touch. Same. Like, not everything I touch. Like, obviously, like, even just small things. Like, his whole thing is his soul's supposed to be leaking out. So I literally just glue a little flame effect and just have it leaking out of his chest. Your dudes, exactly. There's nothing more powerful in this hobby than just the idea of your dudes. And that is, like, very fucking true. As for, like, advice on writing stuff, I kind of want to do a video on it. I really do. I might make a members video this month about writing your own homebrew. I'll probably release it to the public as well after like a week. The only reason I don't really release members videos to the public is because a majority of it is about me talking about my own personal life that not a lot of people need to know about. I mean, your members, you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. At least most of you are. But yeah, no, how do I explain it? So like, I guess a sneak peek into the creative process, and music helps a lot to try and come up with ideas, which is like, I mean, we're listening to it now. Like, I literally made an entire civilization in D&D based off of this music that we're listening to, which is the Celtic soundtrack by Adrian von Ziegler. And like, this dude's made music. Like, how old is this track? 12 years old. That is when I started writing stuff for myself. And it's still something that I care about a lot, and I use it for my own D&D setting. And I'm still listening to this music 12 years later. Like, how old was I when this shit came out? Because I was writing when I was in like middle school, and actually started doing it in high school. So yeah, I would have been 15. Yeah, this was a high school era. This is when I was writing. On the 4th day of Christmas, the Warsmith gave to me 4 resin figures, 4 resin figures cracking, 3 videos editing, 2 streams of streaming, and a shed full of toxic fumes. It's so good. I have a Google Doc where I'm trying to tie my Tyranid High Fleet into some sort of narrative. It's hard. So the way I get around that is, I just fucking, what was it? I just tie all the narrative of like all my armies in together. Like my Trader Guard with the Trader Guard that I'm supposed to be working on work with my Chaos Space Marines, and my AdMech are very, very suspicious allies to my Salamanders. I just keep it all self-contained. It just really depends on how you want to do things. I love making characters, but funnily enough, I like my models being symmetrical and all similar. I like clone troopers and they're all wearing the same stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, especially on Space Marines. I feel that I'm kind of doing that with my Raptors in 40k. My experience in the military fuels it a lot. It's a lot of like trying to pull from things that you just like, whether or not it's just life experiences or like media and shit that you like. So for instance, like I like, let's just go ahead and talk about, you know, we're already derailing the stream, so we're going to go ahead and just show this off because I already have it open. Let me go ahead and do application cap, or where's the window capture? We're already off topic, so we might as well look through this. Also, hi AJ. So this is the human civilization I was talking about. It's a Messiah. Basically, the long and the short of it is that they are a kingdom that they're the only kingdom actually that is mostly, if not all, humans. And unlike every other kingdom, they don't have a pantheon to a god. And that's not like a whole like atheism is cool or whatever. This is like they literally did not have a god when they showed up, and they still don't. So because of that, because they don't have gods, they don't have access to magic really, unless you're just a sorcerer and you're born with magic. So they have to advance in other ways, like through technology. And the whole lore with Messiah is that they started off as a single kingdom with just like a blip in time, and eventually they ended up getting invaded and enslaved, and they fought back. Their inspirations go back to like it says, this is on the bottom, like Celtic and like early like medieval British inspirations, specifically the, where is it, not the mainland, but like the, where is it, there's the map. So this is the Messiah Offlands, and then this is the Messiah mainland. These two were the only actual kingdom of Messiah until they started hyper expanding. And the whole thing with the Offlands is like these guys live on an island, so they're really good with navy. The mainland, is this the mainland? I forget where I talk about the mainland. I think that is actually where I talk about the mainland. Oh, no, here's the mainland. And the mainland was fucking people who lived on highlands, so they were hunter-gatherers and soldiers. So you basically have two parts of the kingdom that need to fight to survive, and their entire culture gets built around that. The whole thing about Messira, and this is the thing like I kept telling my players, is like, it's not the fact that they're good at war, it's the fact that they love war. War is literally their culture. And it's not like a how to explain this? It's not like a warrior or a barbaric thing where it's like like go around, conquer the tribes. They still did that. They still went around, but they didn't just conquer the tribes. They conquered entire kingdoms that were around them. They fight because they are the best at it, and it is the only thing that they know how to do, arguably. They're still like well-accomplished smiths. They have to do trading and caravan and all that stuff. They have to deal with government, but you don't go to Messira if you're looking for an artist. You go there if you're looking for either a sharpshooter, a blacksmith, or a sailor. And then they ended up conquering all the people who are around them, which was, I mean, Bastion was just basically just more highlands up to the north that just acted as like a miles of fortress. Graia, yes, it's called Graia, was like some sort of like wetlands or swamplands that they ended up converting into a bunch of factories so that way they could build tanks and firearms. Kaiserreich, yes, it's called Kaiserreich, is probably the most advanced place where they ended up like making a very archaic form of electricity and like trolleys and shit, but it was also a massive heated like contested fucking battleground for a very long time. So everybody here is like drilled to fight in trench warfare, and only that. And when, because they have the guns, you're able to fight in trench warfare, whereas other people aren't able to actually survive against that. Barchea, which is just Spain, because I thought this was cool. And then there's Ashfield, which just got invaded by demons and got completely fucked over, and the only reason Messira is still holding on to it is because it's on the border of another kingdom that they really don't like. It's probably like the more religious side of the kingdom, due to the fact that they actually like know demons are real, hell is real, and all this shit. Vervun, just a bunch of forests that is very close to high elves, so everybody here is trained to be a ranger. It's funny because they're also next to Sovereign Ground, which is basically an apology to the Wood Elves after trying to burn down their entire home, of just like, hey, we're gonna give you this territory back, just as long as you allow us to live here as well, we won't cause you any problems. And yeah, it's just like listening to music made me write up the mainland and the Offlands first, and then after that I was just like, okay, their entire thing is that they're hyper expansionists and warriors. So at some point they ended up conquering, what was this, their 9 kingdoms, I think, right? I think that's what I wrote them, the 9 kingdoms of mankind. They ended up conquering 9 entire territories, and the only reason they got stopped is because they ended up going up against what was it, Frigad, which Frigad won because almost all of their army died, and then somebody resurrected everybody. And Messira doesn't have magic, so they weren't able to do anything about that. Also, they have like explosion witches that ride around on broomsticks, which is probably the main thing. You can't really counteract an air force when you don't have an air force. And after like 10 years of fighting, they just gave up, and now they're just holding their own territory and just like doing skirmishes with anybody who gets close enough. The gods are real and they hate us. Basically, that's the entirety of Messira. Though after some events with my players in the first campaign and the second campaign, actually, they're a bit nicer. They don't own slaves anymore, so that's good. And their king is not an asshole. How's their structural engineering then? Gotta be good at building if they're destroying things all the time. So yeah, that's almost every job you get in Messira, it like circles back to how does it help a war effort. So it's just like, oh, you're a mason? No, you're not a mason. You're going to the front lines and you're building bunkers. You're a carpenter? No. You're building wooden stocks for all of our muskets. Actually, at this point, they would have, at the point where the players met Messira, they had upgraded from flintlocks to like breech loading firearms like the Martini Henry, which was a fucking game changer for them. Because they already conquered 9 kingdoms with just flintlocks, and now they ended up inventing cartridges. They met the prince who was next in line to become king, and he literally like created like a prototype lever action rifle. It was completely unwieldy, but he was the only person who was building it and knew how it worked. So for anybody else, it was unwieldy, but for him, he already had expertise in it, or whatever it's called. When you're super proficient with a weapon, can you get expertise on weapons in D&D? I don't remember. Yeah, every single job in Osiris that is not like holistically creative circles back to helping in the war effort. And because they've been fighting for so goddamn long, pretty much you have to become a master at your craft, because the deadlines for getting shit done works with the war effort. So if you're not keeping up, you're fucking borderline useless to the military. And the military is basically all they have. If you couldn't tell, they're also somewhat based off of America, but most of the Western powers, they're based off of most of the Western powers. But I also just always liked the idea of like a dude with a dude wearing like a Soleil helmet with like a tabard over his breastplate, and he's just carrying a fucking lever action. It was just always an interesting visual idea for me. And also, it's just the other thing of just like, I think it gets talked about a lot. So I have a friend who really likes Locked Tomb, which is the only way I can really describe it is lesbian necromancers in space. And it's very thinly veiled 40k, which is why I'm so mad at them, because they didn't like 40k and now they read Locked Tomb, and I'm fucking pissed at them because like, you like 40k. But it's kind of funny because like the whole thing in Locked Tomb is that like necromancy is like a fucking powerhouse ability, and they're able to do a whole bunch of shit with it. And then at some point, someone just brings out a double barrel shotgun and it's just like, the greatest equalizer for somebody who can cast shield is hitting them with birdshot. It's like the Mandalorian idea. Hello, I've returned from my pilgrimage away from this channel. Welcome back, brother. Haven't seen you in a fat minute. Yeah, let me go ahead and stop fucking nerding out about D&D, because it will be here forever again if I start doing that. You know, I just love writing about fucking civilizations like that. I was supposed to put this on, wasn't I? I was. Fuck. It's the thing that like, so I remember a very funny interview between George R.R. Martin and Stephen King, both people who I really do not like anymore. That's nice. Okay, I don't like Stephen King, but George, I understand George's problems. He's old, and nothing he can do will ever be good enough for his fans. So that's why he's never gonna make Winds of Winter, and we're just gonna have to wait for Brandon Sanderson to fucking take over the project when he dies. But that's not the point. There's a really funny interview between Stephen King and George R.R. Martin where, oh, is this not supposed to go on here? Do I just get, is it just options? Why would you give me options? No, it is supposed to go on there. Oh, this is so weird. Can I just snap this head off really quick? No, I can't. Fuck. This is why you read your instructions, boys and girls, because then you end up doing shit like this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking pop this head off somehow. Oh, God. All right, well, it was a clean snap. There we go. Spider-Man grasping at MJ. I mean, no. They must learn the glory of the gas, such as his power. Hell yeah, brother, such as the power of the gas. Reading instructions is cringe. Yeah, basically. Casting shield is a bold move for someone in blunderbuss range. So do you know what a knock gun is? Have you ever seen that image of like it's like a flintlock, but it's 7 barrels? I don't remember what the logic in my world was for it being invented, because its original purpose was for like naval warfare. I think at some point I wrote down that the knock gun was invented specifically to counter wizards or some shit. Because that just seems like something that fucking Masara would do. There we go, it's much better. These things are so funny. It's also funnier when you realize that because you're firing 7 fully loaded barrels at once, it's so powerful that it was actually like breaking shoulders of soldiers. Someone added me in the Discord. No slaves. Yeah, that's pretty good. Someone mentions Colgate. We're gonna have to change his fucking name. Also, Apo, I'm not saying the art's bad, but like, why are you posting like fucking analog horror art in shed posting? I don't really know where else you could put it, but still. I love analog horror art. It's so fucking cool. Yoshimoto is posting his boys. I'm still not a fan of the Contemptor, but I like how weathered that one looks. It's funny, my friend was talking to me about, because I'm going to go visit them over the summer, hopefully. I mean, they said they'd fly me out if I was flat broke, so I'm definitely going, but they were telling me that we're going to go to a Ren Fair, and I don't have a costume. I haven't worn like a real cosplay once in my life, and I had to ask them what the rules were for Ren Fair because it's different everywhere. So the main thing is like I can't really bring firearms unless it's like orange tip, which kind of defeats the purpose of a flintlock, but you know, whatever, it's fine. And I was just like trying to figure out like what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to do, but obviously I can't, is flintlocks are not considered firearms legally speaking. And it's not even like a legal loophole, like they're just not considered firearms because they're black powder weaponry. And so I originally wanted to like make up a brace, like a brace of pistols, which is like the Edward, oh fuck it, what was his name? Edward Kenway shit, where he has like pistols strapped on his chest and then on his legs, so that he could just like swap them out and start rapid firing. It's also what Saltspire canonically does in Vermintide. If anybody's wondering how he rapid fires his fucking flintlocks, it's because of that. He just keeps shooting them and dropping them. But I would no, Edward Kenway. You fucking idiot. I thought about doing like, wait, so like, because sometimes props are really expensive, and at a certain point, if you're buying a replica firearm, especially a black powder weapon, it's not that expensive unless you're, I don't know, you're buying something like super nice. So I was thinking about it, I was just like, could I just go to a Ren Fair and flex a real life brace of pistols? Yeah, Blackbeard did do something like that in real life. That's why it's popularized, if I remember correctly. And it's also just a good idea. Just like, you know, these things take too long to reload. What should I do? Place them on place them on convenient parts of your body so you could just rapid swap between shooting. They're also inaccurate anyways. Probably don't bring black powder. Well, obviously not. I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I would just bring like actual like not replicas, but like reproductions of flintlock weapons. But I cannot bring firearms, technically speaking. And as much as I can argue legally with the people doing security at Ren Fair that they're not actually classified as firearms, it's their event, and I'm not going to be that dickhead. So I'm not going to do that. That being said, for non-Ren Fair events or whatever, anywhere I could actually get away with it, I would absolutely do that. Seems like a lot of fun. Brace of pistols is just fucking cool. Anyways, yeah, go fucking. This is a really long-winded way of going back and saying that I'm probably gonna, the next members video I'm probably going to make is going to be like me explaining my thought process and how I make homebrew, and then just sharing that with members, and then sharing it with everybody else after a week or so. I might just share it with everybody for free, honestly, at this point. It'd be a simpler video idea than trying to do research when I'm trying to be moving right now. Who else or what else do I need to build? Kind of want to paint, but I also really don't. I could build up the Demon Prince, I guess. I could build a Gur. many screws is the Demon Prince? I just dropped some of my Chaos Warriors, oh no. I just realized I had food next to me this entire time. It's starting to get cold. It's a big ass sprue though. I wish I just started Custodes, yeah. Do you have a reforged Demon Prince character? So I have a character that I run as a Demon Prince, but I don't have anybody in lore who is a Demon Prince. Let me get him. I kind of want to go back and add stuff to him, but I'm kind of settling on this is Alaric. He's so dusty because I've left him out for so long. I think I talked about him before. He's the guy who had an assassination attempt on his life, and he ended up interring himself into a dreadnought, or like a special pattern of dreadnought, and it's basically the only thing keeping him alive. I think I've talked about him before. He's a fucking big boy, and I run him as a Demon Prince sometimes. He just doesn't have wings, which I kind of should get him wings or something. I thought about getting him like a jetpack or something just in case. Is that the Inner Circle robot, or is it meant to be one? No, it's supposed to be. So this is from Papa Goes the Monkey, but the actual creator is like Arms Mechanicus or something, or Arma Mechanicus. Some of his stuff is on My Mini Factory and Purple Site. I could just say Cold 3D. I don't know why I'm saying Purple Site. But he also partnered up with Pop Goes the Monkey to just sell his stuff. They have like their own basically line of Contemptor dreadnoughts. It's not really Contemptor, it's actually just like honestly a full unique pattern at this point. And I really prefer these over Contemptors. I really like how they look. And I also just like how spiky he is. Like I try to get as much spikes as I could without it being ridiculous. And I just like I just like this pose of him like fucking hitting his chest. And I prefer it over Contemptors. Like I said, I don't like Contemptors. I don't like the egg shape. Let me eat this fucking taco before I keep doing shit. I wish you could be a Contemptor. Fuck no. I wish I was a Contemptor. I'll have to make up the rules for what people are able to ask for their anniversary model, but it's a possibility. The only thing I'm allowing that's big is my friend who wants to be a Great Unclean One because he's fat and he wants me to make him not make him, but make him into a Great Unclean One. I think I talked about him. He wants a Mexican Great Unclean One with a sombrero. And I kind of want to make like a Nurglified like maraca. I think that would be really funny instead of having a sword. Guys, how do I tell if a baby rabbit is still alive? Good luck. We don't have those here. We do, I've never seen one. I assume Robbie was saying he wanted to be a Contemptor IRL, maybe. Or to make the more sense to Mexicanify. Yeah, but he's fat. Like in real life, like he's big. And we call him a Great Unclean One. So that's why he wants a Great Unclean One. He wants it to be Mexican-fied. Mexican Great Unclean One sounds funny. I think the idea we got so far was sombrero. The maggots coming out of his skin are actually beans. And like Rodicus. Is it Rodicus? Or if there's one Great Unclean One that has like a bell, but instead of a bell, it's just a maraca. Poncho? No, poncho would cover up the gut too much, unless it's like a bib, basically. Or I guess there's a tree one. I saw that. I vaguely remember there being a Great Unclean one that had a bell, but I might be wrong. I might just be thinking about Total War again. Normal has a bell, does he? I know he has a flail. Oh, do they show off the sprue of this lady so I can actually see what she like? What it looks like? No. Let me look it up. I just need to know if her head is separate. Oh my god, someone's selling it on eBay for $80, dude. What the fuck? Her hair is built into the fucking armor. God damn it. Okay, well, that's gonna be fucking annoying to remove. Oh well. Too weak, premature. Oh, you're talking about the fucking the rabbit again. Alright, I was looking at the Demon Prince sprue. That's what I was supposed to be doing. Is this 3 big sprues? No, it's 1 big sprue and 1 medium-sized sprue. That is so many pieces. Holy shit. Okay, maybe we're not building him tonight. Maybe we'll build terrain instead. Which is I don't like the Chaos fucking Nexus or Nexus Chaotica. It is a free terrain piece. You don't have to pay for it. Yeah, I hate the Demon Prince sprue. It's I don't know if the Age of Sigmar one is different to the 40k one. I assume it is, but yeah, this thing's fucking insane. That's so many fucking pieces, dude. And they're all like small, which is more insane. Yeah, I think you could build, yeah, both options. Sigmar and 40k. Prince I have was so fun to make. We're just making a custom one, Kit Bash. Sure, might be fun. I already looked at Gur a little bit. He's not overly complicated. He's one big like vehicle sprue. The actual Prince, not my proxy. Okay. Well, I've never seen your actual Prince. I don't think you've ever posted it. Oh right, joyous. First thing I have to do is start connecting jawbones. Lovely. 1, 2. It's one big base. It is a 100mm base, if I remember correctly, or it might be no, it's 130mm because I used one of my Honor Group Dune crawlers to proxy Gur, which is hilarious. We're putting together Gur the Incarnate, which is an endless spell. I already have Abraxia assembled, and I'm not going to get Archaon for a very long time. I don't like the Archaon model. I would just kit bash something together, honestly. You can call that blasphemy all you want. It's not my favorite kit. I think the giant mount he has looks dumb. Yeah, I don't like Archaon. Is it a good centerpiece model? Yes, but it's not what I want. Problem is that Archaon is like actually like good, despite how expensive he is. so I will have to get one eventually. Tyranid Archaeon would be wild. I'll have to look that up later. I think I found one, and it's the one that's half Maliceptor. So Archaeon comes on like a 160 base, dude. I'll tell you a kit that I really don't want, and it's Be'lakor. And it's not because the Be'lakor kit is bad. I just fucking hate Be'lakor. And once again, guess who's good? Be'lakor. Like I said, there's a list going around right now that's just like, keep Archaeon alive and he will kill everything. But why? I just hate Be'lakor. He's a bitch. He's a fucking loser actually as well. And he tries to act like he's hot shit when he's not. He's fucking old and busted. Talk about in-lore reasons. In terms of a model and in terms of gameplay, he's great. But he's a little bitch loser in both 40k and Age of Sigmar, which is hilarious. He's useless in 40k. His only claim to fame in 40k is that he fucked over Vashtor for literally no reason. Just because Vashtor could ascend to godhood and he couldn't. Be'lakor is literally his entire purpose in Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar is that he's supposed to crown the Everchosen and do the Chaos God's bidding because he fucking bit the hand that fed him and kept demanding more. It's not how fucking, like, you literally had the Chaos Gods undividedly giving you all their attention and power and you fucked it up. Like, fuck you. I really want to try kit bashing more stuff. The only stuff I've done is turn a bolter into a screamer pistol, and to make my sorcerer double fistal crack, new helmet for my GW crack. Oh, Lord Cacophonist, gotcha. Model's cool though. Oh, the model's great. I think Be'lakor's model's sick as fuck. I just hate Be'lakor. On principle, I do not like him. And I am so petty that that will literally be enough for me to not get a model. I'll have to figure something out eventually. But I'm also just like in that Iron Warrior mindset of just like, I really want to avoid using demons. Like the only reason I'm gonna get a demon at all is because my friend wants me to make him a Great Unclean One when he finally has a year of membership. I feel that with the Silent King. I've never liked the Silent King. But I already talked about them in the Necron video a long time ago, and it rubbed people the wrong way. It's like, you clearly don't understand Xeric. I don't care if I don't understand Xeric. I don't fucking like him. I don't have to like him. You can like Zarek. That's cool. Good for you. I fucking don't. I hate that man. I think he's a fucking loser. Who worship the dark powers? Me talking to my local goth girl. I've been thinking about buying the Castle and Crow model and turning it into either Silver Knight or Eidolon, Lord Exalted Proxy. Yeah, it's good. The rabbit has stopped breathing. Most unfortunate. I would say at a certain point you probably call a vet place, but it is 10 o'clock where I'm at, and if I remember correctly, you're north of me, so most places are probably closed. Unless you have, for some reason, a 24-hour like animal service somewhere near you. Why do you not like chaos? They give us purpose. No, chaos is a tool, and it is a corrupting tool at best. Chaos is like an Elegoo printer. It's good, technically speaking, but the longer you use it, the more it's just gonna make you feel worse. I really need to buy sanding sticks or sanding twigs. Am I done? It's not supposed to go on like that? Oh, it goes on like that. Then why did I see a demon at leaving the command center the other day? That would not have been me. You already know the only other person who would be summoning demons. Actually, you don't know the only person who would be summoning demons because I haven't talked about him much, but it's definitely a Calron thing. Calron. I forget if it's Calron or Caloron. Gaz is a poison child, so it will not end well for you. No, it won't. As much as people like meme on Abaddon and call him a fucking loser, Abaddon at least realizes that people are weak and fall to chaos too easily. Especially during Arcs of Omen, when he was talking about that. Trying to get the actual Arcs of Omen ready. Like, he's the only person who could resist the temptation of chaos, and the rest of his warband can't. Might replace the Sound King with the Mother of Oblivion for my army. Is that one of the Catan shards that we don't have a model of? One of many. It's called the Ruinous Powers, and it's earned the goddamn title. Yeah, it is called the Ruinous Powers. It's called the Ruinous Powers for a fucking reason, and people don't get that for some reason. Now she's a dynast. Okay, well, I have no idea who you're talking about because I'm not well versed in a bunch of the minor Necron lore. Did I not carve these, or did I not clean this correctly? Hold on, am I dumb? How is this supposed to go on? Clicks on behind his teeth. I'm gonna follow the prince since Sala and nothing has happened to me. You like Hasman Hotel, that's what's happened to you. Abaddon's ability to resist is why the Chaos Gods like him so much. As part of their game of him saying no is more fun trying to tempt him. Yeah, that is the whole point, which is kind of funny. Like, they'll give him power, sure, but they also just like really want to see him fall. It's really funny. That being said, you should totally worship Slaanesh. They're like super cool and powerful, and you should totally surrender your soul to them. I think I've said this before, and I'm pretty sure it's a Q&A. Oh god, it's a Q&A question, but if there's a single Chaos God that I would have, like, if I had to worship one, it would probably be Khorne. Because he's the only Chaos God who doesn't actively try to fuck you over. So I don't agree with you. He like has been, so take that, basically. It doesn't matter like if it affects you. It's the fact that everybody will gang up on you because you like has been. It's not about me shitting on you. It's about everybody else shitting on you. It's about turning the collective consciousness against you. Khorne doesn't fuck you up personally, he just turns on friendly fire. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Khorne is the only honest Chaos God. He does not care where the blood flows, only that it flows. His terms are very agreeable if you had to fall to a Chaos God. I mean, you're already Chaos Space Marine, you're already insane with bloodlust, so, you know, you might as well just, like, if you had to choose one, go full into it. Of course, the only god that doesn't fuck you over. Name one bad thing Slaanesh has done. Fulgrim. The death of all the Eldar. Technically speaking, that's a good thing, actually. and Lucius the Eternal, he beat me to it. Lucius the Eternal, noise, like literally just like every single aspect of the Emperor's Children. This doesn't do anything lore, so examples are difficult. Slaanesh is such a bad Chaos God that they got written out in Age of Sigmar, so there's also that. How is this still shaving still on here? On the Great Horned Rat, it's become the 5th Chaos God in 40k. Nah, keep the Great Horned Rat in Age of Sigmar. I like Skaven, but they do not belong in 40k. Malal doesn't exist anymore. Stop asking for him. Malal's gone. You need to accept it. The Emperor is the Great Horned Rat. Technically speaking, humanity are the Skaven of the setting. And 8 and 9. The thing about Slaanesh is that Slaanesh isn't even the worst Chaos God. The worst Chaos God is Tzeentch, because he will actively try to fuck you over, and not even for like a reason, just for fun. Literally suffering just for his amusement. Didn't Emps almost ascend to Chaos God of Anarchy? Yeah, he almost, well, supposedly he almost ascended during End in Death. There's a whole thing about, I talked about this in the Grey Knights videos, the whole thing about the Dark King, yeah. Basically, there's a one seat of the Chaos Pantheon that always remains empty. It doesn't belong to one particular god. Anybody can ascend to it. And the Chaos God were trying to get Big E to ascend to becoming the Dark King, and that's why he ended up, what's it called? Casting away his emotions. So that way that wouldn't happen, amongst other things. And that's also why the Star Child exists in the warp, because it is all of his emotions just thrown out of his fucking body. Yeah, there's a whole thing about this. If you had a date at Chaos God, who would it be? We're talking 5 dates at least. Okay, so I'm a guy and I'm into women. Is Korn at least a woman? Or like, is Nurgle at least a woman, or Tzeentch? Can it be that one artist? I forget what his name is, but he draws all the Chaos Gods as women. He's like fucking Vashtor Chan or whatever, who's like the fucking head of the robotics club or something. Korn has a wife. Valkia the Bloody does not like him. Let's say they choose your favorite form. Okay, if they have to choose one, then it's... Korn has a wife. Yeah, it's Valkia the Bloody. It's the fucking... technically speaking, but also not really, because Valkia also... The whole point of Valkia's lore is that she's supposed... And I'm not saying this with disdain. Trippy Jam. Okay, is that the artist? Okay. I'm not saying this to like be like rude towards Valkia, but like the whole thing about Valkia's lore is like it's very similar to Lady Rapunzel, where she's supposed to be like a strong female warrior type character, feminist almost. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying because like it's literally, what was it? A Slaanesh demon tried to like get with her or seduce her, and instead she just beat the fuck out of him and turned him into a shield. Tempura Person, that's who it is. I'm pretty sure it's Tempura Person. That's the one I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find the art of Vashtor, actually. Oh, the answer is Vashtor if I have to date anybody. Here we go, I found it. Give me a second. Just put it on screen. Image. Properties. Oh, here, you get to enjoy this until I put the image up on screen. There you go. Have fun with that. There we go, I found it. This is a female Vashtor. We're going on from archaeology, basically. So this is a perfectly decent art to show off without it being weird. That being said, I'm pretty sure Tempura Person does draw porn, so I can't show the rest of it. He's made a bunch of them about all the Chaos Gods. Is that, yeah, it's Skibidi Toilet, yeah. Yeah, sophomore mechanical engineering student and president of the robotics club. Never told a lie in her life. She's a little too business-minded with everything. All the Chaos Gods are cool with her. They just really like the cool robots. Yeah, it's Skibidi Toilet. It's a Demon Engine Skibidi Toilet. It's great. And her hammer is a tiny version of her hammer in game. It's great. Yeah, if I had to choose one to date, it's Vashtor. Because like at the most, before I go on a date, I'm just given a contract and I have to abide by it, and it's just like, okay. So like what? Fucking the states of the contract are like minimum 30 minutes of hand-holding or something, and I can't complain about any of the meals and stuff like that. I just have to play my part. All right, that's fine. Unlike Tzeentch, who is the Tempura Person makes a bunch of memes about the Chaos Demons being women, and it's funny because one of the things for Tzeentch is like we're gonna go on a date, or are we? We might go to the movies or go to a restaurant, or we might not do anything at all. We might just stay home and watch movies. But between all the Chaos Gods, like in lore, not like fucking waifu verse, in lore, Vashtor is the one you probably want to be going out with. Vashtor is very honest, a bit like rude and cruel, and kind of like emotionally distant, but honest. There's nothing wrong with that. Why not Slaanesh GF? Because you know why. Would you? Would I? Would you? Would I? Would you? I think Slaanesh is more my type. Yeah, if you want to do like super cocaine and like get every STD known to man, be my guest. It's your choice. I can't tell you what to do. I think I've explained this before. I don't know if I have actually. I like very boring women. Like I'm not like. I feel like most people are just like, oh, you're just like a girl who doesn't party or anything. No. You don't understand. You don't understand. I like boring women, like office ladies and librarians. Like if it wasn't an HR violation, I would probably try to flirt with some administrators. My ideal woman is somebody who takes mild to no interest in my hobbies, not in an apathetic way, just like not like they don't particularly mind what I do and they're just not interested in joining it. And they read a book when they get home and we maybe watch a movie together. That is my ideal woman. Connect on the front parts, right? Yes. A cursed HR preventing Dio from flirting. That's also, I don't have a lot of confidence in trying to flirt with women because I got hit on by a gal a few weeks before she retired. Fucking hell yeah, brother. Yeah, that's why I like Vashtor. If I had to choose a fucking, I guess, female chaos demon or chaos god, Vashtor. That being said, if it was like going on dates, Nurgle was last. Would you date Dark King GF? There's no, like, the Dark King isn't anything. The Dark King is just a title right now. So I can't really answer that because it's like asking me, hey, would you date this silhouette of a person? Like, maybe? I don't know. I don't know anything about them. I mean, there's always a chance. I'm pretty sure Tempura person's your Dark King GF. I might be wrong. I think it's just a corrupt version of the Emperor. I don't know. Now you have to date one of the champions of chaos, Erebus, Hansu, let's say Decimus for the Night Lords. So basically the first captains. Or I guess the current living ones, not really first captains. Because most of all the Iron Warriors characters are fucking dead, so it's just I like boring women, says the motherfucker who talked about Dark Elves on stream one time. Dark Elves, yeah, I still like boring women. That doesn't change anything. Find Dark Elves attractive. Would I want to date one? Probably not. There's a difference between what I find attractive and what I would actually want to marry. Also, Dark Elves aren't real. A librarian is real. That's a real attainable goal for me. I mean, fucking God, there's not really a lot of, I mean, Armin, I guess. He's just, Armin's just kind of full of himself. and is just as much of a failure as their dad. I think Armin just needs somebody to talk to, really. It's probably Armin. Not the worst option in the world. I'm trying to think, who else is there? He's so arrogant. I'm fine with arrogant women. It's gonna sound sexist. I've dealt with a lot of them. It's not sexist, it's just my personal experience. I've dealt with a lot of arrogant women in my life. I've dealt with very few humble people in general, regardless of gender. I mean, who else would I pick? Because, like, I'm trying to think. Armin would definitely cry over your shoulder if he had the opportunity. Then again, I've heard he's a weird face now. Yeah, but if you're, how do I explain this without it sounding weird? This is the reason I like Tali in Mass Effect, and it has to do with the fact that she never shows her face. Characters who wear a helmet all the time are more attracted to me than people who show their face. There's probably something very psychotic about me, and it's probably borderline objectifying, but still. The 2000s were a thing. You had a chance. I was like a child in the 2000s. What the fuck are you talking about? My wife is super arrogant sometimes, so I feel that. Yeah. Like, there's no way for me to like have a conversation about that without it sounding sexist somehow. It's just like I've dealt with a lot of arrogant people on both sides of gender, or whatever fucking Rubik's Cube you decide gender looks like. I don't really fucking care, but I've dealt with a lot of arrogant people, especially living in California, where people are so fucking entitled and think their opinions on everything matter. I'm glad we don't live in a collectivist society, but it definitely has its negatives. I already forgot where this is supposed to be connecting onto. It's connecting onto here? Am I a fool? Honestly, what's his face from Alpha Legion would be a fun date. Fucking like Solomon Kane or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know anything about him. All I know is that last time I streamed, you guys told, or the last time I did a stream like this, I mean, you guys told me that not all Alpha Legion do the Alpharius thing, which I find very funny. I don't really have a horse in the race of like Champions of Chaos or like the first captains and stuff. Like I think at this point, honestly. Oh, it goes on like that. That's so weird. Oh no. If you're into the whole weird, I don't know, like I guess chase thing with romance, you probably would like an Alpha Legionnaire, but I'm not. I'm very boring. Like I said. There we go. Those attachments is gonna get. So I'm an Akura, that's their name. I said Solomon Kane. Isn't that a fucking like? I'm trying to remember where that's from. In Solomon Kane's first book, the author made pointing out the warband laughed at the Marine who did the I am Alpharius thing out of the room. That's so funny. I think it's a bit more interesting than Primarchs, but harder to get justifications. Would you date Karn? Karn's called Betrayer because he just like killed a bunch of aliens in sleeping pods and he occasionally does friendly fire, right? Other than that, Karn is like very sane for a world eater. But I also have anger issues, and putting me up with somebody who has anger issues is not a good idea because I also lose because Karn. Like I am tall for a Mexican. So like I like in most cases when people want to start shit with me, I usually have the advantage. I don't with Karn. So the answer is no, I think. Just on the basis of like anger issues. gym dates, basically. I mean, I'd go out to the gym with Karn. How tall are you? According to the government, I'm 5'10", which is relatively tall for a Mexican, especially given my family. My uncles are super tall. Well, one of my uncles is super tall. And my mom might as well be a dwarf. Based on my family, my mom's friends, is that 5'6"? No, I'm 5'10", according to my government ID. Yeah, most people are taller than me. That's why I say I'm taller than them. I'm taller. Tall for a Mexican. Because then you get the genetic freaks who are like 6'3", and then it turns out their dad is like fucking 50% Dutch or something. Damn, I'm taller than the wordsmith. I never claimed to be tall. You know what's funny about the fact that, like, because I'm taller than most Mexicans, and obviously because of where I live and who I am, I'm more predisposed to getting Mexican friends. When I was in college, there was a guy who tried to be friends with me. I didn't hate him, I just didn't particularly like him, and he didn't really have anybody else to talk to, so I kind of just humored him. We had a writing, or was it like creative writing class together, so we kind of bonded over that. He tried flirting with some girls one time and tried to like brag about his height, and I think he said he was like 6 foot, and I just looked at him, and I don't remember if I said anything, but I wanted to say, like, speak up and be like, you are not fucking 6 foot, dude. I am not 6 foot. You are like 5. You might as well be 5'3". It's a good thing you're talking to women who are like fucking 5 foot flat. I don't know. I never got the whole thing with height. This is the thing about height. If you're tall, you're fucked. Like, you have health issues with that shit. I'm fine being 5'10". There is nothing wrong with that. I have a nephew who's 6'3" and half year older than me. I have one of my brothers, I think, is taller than me by this point, but that's because he's a half brother. So his mom is white and she is tall. He's also just like lanky as fuck. Being tall isn't great if you don't build the mass to match with it. Got a lot of Germans, so I'm 6'2". Nice. Being 5'11", makes me the tallest on my mom's side and the shortest adult on my dad's side. That's funny. Fun fact, I have hit my head in a historical monument because tall is a curse. Tall is a curse. The only good thing about being tall is that you can like reach the top cabinet. Ooh. How about you just not have cabinets out of reach of the average person? The German comment got obliterated. Yeah, I saw that. The only reason I'm disappointed I'm 5'10" is because both my younger brothers are 6'3". Yeah, you just pull out the fucking genetic lottery on that and you just lose. That's just how life is. So yeah, nothing wrong with being 5'10". If you're like 5'5", that's rougher. But yeah, being tall is not great. Even like me, it's mostly because I like drive vehicles where like they're small. Like my truck is a 2002 model, so it's a small truck and I'm almost hitting my head on the ceiling when I'm driving it around. If I'm driving the van around, it's not that bad. But if I'm driving like my brother's car, my head is always hitting the ceiling because it's meant for like fucking midgets or something. The world isn't built for people over 6 foot. It's not, because the average is like fucking... The average height of the world, because there's so many short people, is like 5'5". 14 and 12. My sister is 5'6", and she's taller than 90% of my mom's side, and the guys and girls. Yeah, that happens. It's like, I'm taller than the wordsmith. That's why I wear Terminator armor. We call this one the overcompensator. Oh, speaking of Terminator armor, I actually played the Astartes mod for Space Marine 2. It looks fun. I like the health rebalancing. I think that's really interesting, but it's definitely a power fantasy mod. It's not meant to be balanced, in my opinion. I would like to get a bunch of people in to play it with me on a game night, because there's ways to do multiplayer with it, and I would like to just do like absolute difficulty with like 10 people and just like go into a stratagem or something and like increase spawn rates. I don't know if you're able to do that or if they increase with every person you get. I want Dawn of War to be out. I'm good. You can like Dawn of War for me. I'll wait to see how it plays, but I've never liked how Dawn of War played. I don't like traditional RTSs. I like Total War. Now I have a justification for giving my OC Tartaros. You can fucking, when like I said, I'll make rules for it, but when the anniversary model time starts rolling around, you can borderline do whatever the fuck you want, because I will take your suggestions for what you want the model for me, for your model representation to look like when I build it. But also at the same time, it's still down to me what ends up happening. You should play Dawn in Total now. I thought about streaming Total War. I don't want to right now, but I thought about it. I kind of want to just build things. Should I try Astartes? I've never modded Space Marine 2. It's not hard to mod. It's literally you drag the mod into the fucking game app folder and play it, and you can just delete it whenever you want. It'll force you into private games as well if your game's modded, so it's not like you can get booted from playing the game. I'm pretty sure it's saved, or like makes a copy of your save data from what you have in base game to what you have in Astartes, so that way stuff doesn't like fuck up. Not like it really matters. It's a PvE game. Anyways, good night, Kyle. Also, good night, Alex. Yeah, I tried to stream earlier, but I was busy. Oh my god, I use Necron and Elder Tech basically. You can tell me all that stuff when we start getting to the 1-year anniversary of this channel, because like I said, I have to make rules. Basically, the only rule I have right now is that if you're Warpsmith, your anniversary model can be a character, and if you're Chosen, your anniversary model can be like a guy in a unit. Which, frankly, being a guy in a unit is probably cooler. But also doesn't really matter. People can do what they want. Or ask for what they want. It'd be great if I actually read how this is supposed to go together. Right? No. Wait. No. I'm dumb. Hold on. This goes over yonder. The back of the neck. And which part? The multi-part flays out. Oh, speaking of units, I'm excited for new Raptors. Oh, you're talking about the kill team? Yeah. I kind of hope they get new rules, but we're already getting to the end of the edition, so it doesn't really matter what ends up happening. How is this supposed to go? What the fuck? So it attaches here, my understanding. I don't know why I'm getting fucking ads for games on my phone right now. That's kind of odd. It goes on like that, basically. Almost. Huh. Did GW officially reveal a murder wing? No, I don't think so. I'm not going to bed. I'm just giving Alex a send off. Oh, okay. Go to bed. Did they actually show off the entire box set? I don't remember. They announced the Kill Team boxes so early that just like caring about them doesn't fucking matter until they're actually released. I feel like this isn't piece 13 and I grabbed something else. Hold on. Oh, shit. Good night, Pookie. Night. 14. This was piece 13. So why the fuck is it go on weird? Supposed to be revealed at the last show? Yeah. Well, fucking GW needs to get a handle on fucking people leaking their shit because it's honestly embarrassing at this point. Oh, that's how it goes on. It's so weird. Is a random LGS in Spain? It was always something random too. It's never like somebody, or like technically speaking, it's never somebody actually at GW. It's always just the most random fuck ass places. Oh, neat. The grot ass for today is for the grot ass. You mean grotmas? I know what you mean, but still grot ass. Merry grot ass, brothers and sisters. I haven't been keeping up to date on 40k stuff. One, because I'm moving, but two, also, I'm just kind of waiting for 500 Worlds to finally fucking come out, so that way we can just start getting ready for the next edition. It's gonna be a bitch to put on properly. Grot refresh confirmed. The more you build, the more I realize this, how much of a bitch is gonna be to paint. I'm just gonna paint it at like all glows and that's it. I'm not gonna bother trying to fucking do the box art shit. The elites don't want you to know this, but you don't need to paint everything to look like the box art. Looking forward to my new Necron detachment, 500 rolls. Basically, it's all you're going to be getting. So, yeah, I guess look forward to that. Like a weird fucking cat. But heavy metal. What about it? Also revealed 30k combat patrol with the new cataphractic breaches and Leviathan. That's neat. Too bad I'm going to be 3D printing all that. $15 and $16. I'm kind of bummed I'm gonna miss the Warhammer Open, but it's fine. I was never gonna have enough time to build and paint all these models, even if I moved early enough. No, there's 15. Yeah, I really just want to see what the next edition is going to look like. I don't know if we're going to go back. Okay, this is what I really want. Give me fucking war gear costs back. Because I'm tired of my fucking Havoc squad being so expensive. Granted, I'm taking the last cannons every time, but still. Can we just go back to how it was in like 9th edition and just stop trying to make the game fucking easier for people who don't want to read? I will never stop complaining about this edition. I'm pretty sure it brought more people into the game, but it was a very boring edition, minus like some crazy things. We got like some army rules or detachment rules like Dark Pacts. Dark Pacts was like the biggest win of this edition, I feel. We got a rule that actually felt like chaos and not just a different flavor of Space Marine. And I hope we keep Dark Packs for a very long time, if not forever. It's such a good ability. Like, my Chaos Terminators are too expensive, and I have to trick them out with all their items, or else they're so fucking shit. My infantry isn't magnetized. Don't fucking magnetize your shit. Who cares? No one's gonna fucking crucify you because you're not WYSIWYG, bro. It's all right. You can have fun playing the game. It's cool. Where is this even supposed to connect? That's I probably should actually like read. I definitely should go and read this. Is this supposed to be a piece here or no? Oh, it goes on the lower half. Baby Rabbit is now officially dead. Rip. Most unfortunate. You might not, but I will. I might not what? Magnetize all my shit? Fuck that. Stupid. I glued coins to the bottom and was crucified for it. Be afraid. Fuck him. Anybody who tells you what to do with your model should fucking get a brick thrown at their head. Be like that dude who used an actual piece of his skull to put on his Bloodthirster base. Be like him. Where is 18? 18 is over yonder. Do you hear about the Word Bearers and Krieg book? Nope, because I don't care about either of them, but you may go ahead and tell me. Is there anything about the book I should know about? Or is it just like it's out? There was supposed to be a Solomon Akura book, but I don't know if that ever came out, or if it's been out and it was just a translation. I don't remember what's going on with that. Honestly, Krieg has too many books in my opinion. I'm fucking kind of getting tired of Guard. Guard books are fine. I'm tired of Guard showing up in other people's books. I get why they show. Oh wow, we listened to the whole 2 hours of that track. Time for part 2. I'm tired of Guard constantly showing up in other people's books. I think I talk about this in the Guard video. It's just like, I get it. But my biggest complaint of Storm of Iron is that Guardsman Hawk survived. He should have died. You can like Hawk, that's fine. He should have died. You should know from what I can read, it's Word Bearers vs. Sister of Battles by David Annandale. I don't know who that is. Like, I know Guard are going to be in every book just by virtue of them being the Guard. It's just, I'm kind of sick of it. I get why they're here. I just don't like it. And once again, like I said, my biggest complaint about Storm of Iron is that Hawk survived when he should fucking have not. Apparently David wrote the Yarg Omnibus. Interesting. Okay, hold the fuck up. I need the story about how did he get in a situation or a piece of his own skull for a mini. Okay, so the story is that somebody ended up getting like a brain tumor removed, and they obviously had to remove a piece of his skull so that way they could get into his brain, if I remember correctly. And then they grafted some bone so that way it would heal, because I guess they couldn't reuse the exact same skull piece or something. and they gave it to him as a as a what's it called? They gave it to him as just like a gift, I guess, because hospitals just do that shit. And he asked on the World Eater subreddit, "Hey, is it like dumb or unsanitary to actually use a piece of my skull for basing?" Like it was bleached clean, it was medically cleaned, so there's like no diseases on it or anything. And most people were like, "Fuck yeah, skulls for the Skull Throne, do it." This was a while ago. It was I say while, it was in terms of Warhammer like real life lore, it's recent. Simple fix, less Imperium books and give more Xenos and Chaos books. The problem with Xenos books is that they actually have to be well written for them to be like anywhere interesting or good. You can't just like do what happens with Imperium books and just start pumping them out and hope that people like them. I'm gonna say this right now. I did not care for the Gods of Mars series as an AdMech fan. It had way too much of a focus on Guard again. Literally like 4 chapters at the start of the book is everybody but AdMech, and it was so fucking boring and I couldn't get through it. I do not want to hear about your weird Ogryn character. I want to know what's going on with the tech priests. I am getting more AdMech representation in a Genestealer cult book than I am in a fucking AdMech book titled Gods of Mars. Also, the Black Templars are here for some reason too. Fuck it. I've been told that the books are very good. I did not care for it. Priesthood of Mars was boring. I cannot get through it. I forget if it was Priesthood of Mars or Gods of Mars. That was the first one. I think it was Priesthood of Mars. It was so fucking boring, dude. I was told by everybody, "Hey, this is a really good AdMech book. You should listen to it." 5 fucking chapters, not a single AdMech character. GW has forgotten about AdMech so much that I'm not even getting representation of my fucking army in my own book. This shit's crazy. PV, you're an Eldar fan in the 2000s? Yeah, but if you're an Eldar fan, you're doing it to yourself and you deserve the worst. Daily reminder, I don't like the Eldar. I'm glad that the most recent Eldar books are good. Minus everybody complaining that like one Eldar is like, what was the complaint? The Eldar was gay or something? Whatever. People need to fucking grow up and get over themselves. Oh no, in my weird fucking fantasy sci-fi universe, somebody likes men? What? Fucking get a job. I thought it was like something like they broke lore or something, like the whole what was it? Like they fucked something up with like, oh my god, what's it called? It's the bone stuff that Eldar have. Bone weaving? Oh my god, I can't remember the name of it. Bone seers? Bone singers? They fucked with the lore of that, and it's like, yeah, sure, that's controversial because you're just like retconning shit. And not even for like something that's good. Wraithbone, thank you. And not even for like anything good. You're just retconning it for the sake of retconning it and making it worse. Am I a fool? How is this supposed to go on? Bone singers were invented for Dawn of War. Interesting. That's not me. That's not me being sarcastic. That's actually interesting. I didn't know that. I am autistic. How and where and why? Like, no. Hold on. Like that? That can't be it. I think that's it. I think that's literally it. I think I just figured it out. God damn it. That has to be it. This is the only way anything is seating. Yep, that's it. Okay. Yeah, they need to build our Eldar unit. Had nothing. It's kind of funny. Yeah, apparently they changed the lore on that stuff where it's like it went from I forget what the whole thing was. It was like supposed to be like warp energy made into I can't think of the name of it. Warp energy made into like a physical form, and now it's just like another material like ceramite. Did I already tell you about the rumors of an Iron Warrior combat patrol? Like an actual combat patrol, or are we talking like just like 30k stuff or something like the battle forces they make? Because I haven't heard anything about this. Hold on. I will figure this out eventually. Is it not supposed to go on like that? Like this? No? We're connected to this end. No, it should not be it. That'd be insane. Like that. Actual combat patrol from what I've heard. Is there anything else about it, or is it just that we have rumors right now that there's just going to be an Iron Warriors combat patrol? I want an Iron Warriors kill team. I don't give a fuck about combat patrol, dude. Out here fucking begging, crying, and screaming. It was a rack rumor. Okay, well, Valrak also told me I was supposed to get Chaos Spikes 5 years ago, so fucking where's that? There's no fucking shade on Valrak. I'm just sick and tired of rumors and then shit never coming from them, which is why I just don't bother listening to them anymore at this point. I think rumors unironically ruin stuff for this game. Like, there's nothing to be excited for if you already know everything that's coming. I will be back. I have to go park my truck. I will be back in like 10 minutes, give or take. Maybe 5. Yeah, and having constant hype man gets tiring. It's really fucking exhausting, dude. It's so annoying. I put up a thing so that way people know I'm gone. I should be back soon. That's Vashdor. You know, here you can have Vashdor. I will be back. I have returned. Vashtor gets off the screen now. You've lost Vashtor privileges. Ice cream, ice cream. The hell y'all been talking about in chat? I forgot. I don't want guard, monkey paw, curl, space marines. Replace them. That's fine. I'm fine with chaos killing space marines. That's always fun. That's why I like Storm of Iron. Is that kind of saying that people with TISM are more likely to repeat things they've heard? That's not surprising. But yeah, I do that. I tell everybody at work about the government cheese story. It's always fun. Because they look at me like I'm crazy and I tell them, no, it's real, go look it up. Bone Singers are in the 3rd edition. I remember them being old. I thought they were before Dawn of War. I guess I was right. Are you on the West Coast? I am. I'm in California. Incredibly. I think my family called me. I'll be back in a moment. They just had a question for me. I'm back. I need to fucking figure out. Oh no, Vashtor. You lost Vashtor privileges. Use pack run. Chat going slow for me? It probably is. I refresh it on this. Is it gonna break the stream? I don't know why the chat is always broken in the stream viewer. Kind of ice cream. Ben and Jerry's salted caramel core, which is my favorite. Probably shouldn't be eating Ben and Jerry's anymore because of, like, I don't know, political statements or whatever the fuck is going on with them. But also, I don't care. I'm a fucking capitalist. If the shit's good, I'm gonna eat it. Sort of fuck, this exact scenario happens like every 3 months. Oh, guys, you know that X Carter dies in X event in X book. What the fuck are you talking about? Speaking nonsense, boy. I was behind 20 seconds. That's hilarious. Flavor's ice cream. That's. I'm more curious about how the fuck did you go back 20 seconds, because I wasn't here for like 6 minutes. What the fuck could you possibly have rewinded to go see? Or you rewinded to go look at Vashtor again? That happened a while ago. That's funny. Might also have to do with the fact that I did refresh the stream page, but I doubt it. Robbie's got jet lag. 20-second jet lag is crazy. I read like a temporary person's Necron art. There was one person who drew like a female Necron Farron. And like wrote a whole comic about them. It was a temporary person. I think it was like, are they called like Binky something? I don't remember. I like their art though. It's really good. They also do like really decent world building, which is kind of funny. He's also the I don't know if it's a she or if it's a guy, but they're also the person who draws like the girl failure jester girl. Was it a temporary person? I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So are you moving out of state? No, I'm staying in California for a year at least. I might move out after a year, but moving into family, seeing what we're doing about that. It honestly depends on how long we can get our lease for and how much money I can save up. Both Seekers were invented in 2nd edition, not Dawn of War. Yeah, I saw that before I left. I figured they were older than Dawn of War. I remember it being a big part of like Necron Eldar lore. And let's be real, a lot of things in Dawn of War are not that important. Mostly because nobody knows which ending is canon. Trapped in Cali for now. I'm gonna go visit Wisconsin, see if I like it. And if I do, I'll probably move there. If not, just stay. York ending is canon? That's what I've been told. Which sounds insane to me, but I guess it's the least offensive ending to be canon. If I remember correctly, the whole orc ending was just like he wanted somebody's hat, or maybe that was the second game. Yeah, he shows back up in Dawn of War 3, or Dawn of War 2, whichever one it was. Wait, how many views the last video got? It's at 1,000. I can live with that. I didn't expect it to do well. It's not the best thing. Yeah, Dawn of War 1 had Orc Among Us. Yes, I remember. Gorguts is in 4. God, he just won't die. It's so funny. I will say, the only video I've been disappointed in recently is the orc one. I thought I was going to do a lot better than it did, especially with the intro. I was passing out for it. The power of the thumbnail is crazy. Like the Dark Angels one just was fucking perfect, and I did not like that intro at all. There's one orc among us. Dun 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 dun. Was last members video a month ago? It was. I'm gonna have to make another one at some point. The Dark Angels one is something you see mindlessly scrolling. Yeah, just a chaplain holding somebody's head. It just says no lube. Great. I'm glad the Trench Crusade video did decent. Not great, but it did decent. I'm so glad that the Iron Warriors video hit 40k views. I didn't realize that was happening. I do feel I guess this is sort of a complaint, but also just something kind of funny. I do feel like the normal Space Marine ones, unless I could like do something wacky with the thumbnail, they're always going to be the worst ones that I do. Because Space Marines aren't particularly interesting, but everybody plays them, which is so weird. Consent, yeah, the Emperor's Children one. I need to make another members video soon. I already figured the Dark Eldar one was gonna go great purely because of the thumbnail. The Guard one I figured was gonna do so well. Like, the only one I thought that was gonna do good was the Orc one, but I also didn't do anything for the thumbnail. I just put a fucking image of Gaskell up. So that's kind of my fault. Like, it looks like a Pancreas No Work video until you realize it isn't. I really need to make another Trench Crusade video. I've been wanting to do a narrative one for a bit, but it's been taking a while. Actually having to write shit out and not just like write notes for D&D is hard. I should definitely not eat this entire pint of ice cream. However, I haven't eaten much today, so it's not exactly past my calories. Sugar, however, that's a lot. But the color scheme I've been playing for my Necrons is the wrong dynasty. Well, time to homebrew something. The exact reason I have the Chingy. It said Tiamat. Yeah, basically. Oh boy, another orc video from my favorite YouTuber. Oh wait, who's this rando? Basically. That's how I feel like most people are when they see some of the thumbnails I make. It was funny, I didn't know what to do for the kid bashing video thumbnail. I was just like, fuck it, what does Pete the Wargamer do? Let's just steal that shit. So you can't copyright thumbnails. It was very lazy, but you know, what else was I gonna make? As long as they don't like Zarek, we're good. Exactly. Fuck Zarek. All my homies hate Zarek. All homies love Emotech. Look at the fucking Tempura person's art now. Well, should I fucking hold on? What are the point? Let me go to new recruit. What are the point decreases for Slaves of Darkness looking like? You want to test that theory? Use a Mr. Beast thumbnail for the Q&A video and see how long until a cease and desist comes in the mail. I'm good. Fucking free up the thing. Recruit. All right, let's see. How many points do I have left over? I have 70 points left over after all the points decreases, which I feel like that's how much I had to begin with. Could be wrong. Can't really do much with any of that. Yeah, Braxia got down like 10. Goes. I don't remember. How does one get into Discord? You gotta be a member. You just become a member once, and then you get access to all the posts I've made that have links to the Discord. And assuming that I've put a fresh link, you can just click on one and join. You don't have to be a recurring member to remain in the Discord. Just don't be an asshole. I got very close to banning like 3 people the other day because people don't know how to fucking behave. I do love every faction can be blamed for the state of the galaxy over thousands and thousands of views, except for the Tyranids and Tau. You can blame Tyranids for the state of the galaxy. Let's be real. They're kind of just assholes. Yeah, exactly. They almost annihilated Ball, and they almost destroyed Ultramar. Yeah, you can definitely blame the Tyranids for the current state of the galaxy. The Tau, no. The Tau are just doing their own thing. You can blame them for being hyper-expansionist assholes trying to encroach on other people's territory. Pre-40k, well then say pre-40k. You can definitely blame the Tyranids. You definitely blame the fucking Tyranids. If I got rid of sure I could get one more hero, maybe, depending on what hero I could possibly do. Get another exalted hero of chaos, maybe. That's about it. But then I would have to buy the endless spells for Slaves of Darkness or something else. Did you guys know that apparently Animal Farm is getting adaptation to a kids movie? I saw that. Yeah, it looks horrendous. Rip all of my fucking people who like Animal Farm, I guess. I don't know. What does Turing Marshall do again? He helps cast Legionaries. I don't care. Cast Legionaries are boring and bad. I really should just get a Cast Lord on Demonic Mount, huh? Also, what even is the model for that? Oh, it's this guy. $65. It doesn't do much because he's no knights, but also you kind of, the whole point is you send him into melee to die, and then you get Head of the Unworthy on somebody else. JB forgot about the Votann existing. Yeah, they already did. Also, I'm getting really annoyed. I keep getting ads about whatever this fucking studio is. This is making like a David and Goliath movie, and it looks like the most B movie fucking production for an animated movie I've ever seen, and yet I keep getting fucking ads for it. I think there was some Splinter Fleet. Yeah, there was a Splinter Fleet, I believe, at some point. Seems to use Animal Farm. Who the fuck is funding them? Who the fuck is their publisher, dude? What the hell? Me and my wife had a good laugh about the comic level of irony of making a commercialized Animal Farm movie that strips the message. Yeah, yeah. This is a really sad and funny irony about it. Like, did this studio just fucking come out of nowhere and someone's just like funding them or something? What the hell? In fact, the Iron Warriors I mentioned in the Votann Codex. That would require me to own the Votann Codex, which will never fucking happen. That's pretty neat. I was helping at the door for my theater. Apparently, Angel was selling tickets for the David movie for Cinemark instead of cinema. What do you mean, Angel? Like someone showed up to your work dressed up as an angel selling tickets out the front door? Angel Studios, gotcha. I think I'll definitely tell you. I think I'll not pirate David sometime this week, and I'll tell you how it goes. The manga was better. I already tell you that. You know what's a good religious movie that is well written, well animated, and does have a good message in some of it? Prince of fucking Egypt. When DreamWorks actually knew ball and they knew what the fuck people wanted. Still one of the greatest fucking movies of all time, dude. One of the greatest fucking movies of all time. Back when they were actually blending 3D animation CGI with 2D animation, and they made it perfect. Such a fucking good movie. I think it's actually my favorite movie of all time. Not only is it like a good movie, but it's also like yeah, Deliver Us. No, The Plagues, the best fucking song in that entire movie. I will never let your people go. Shit is fucking wicked. Also, wasn't fucking... It wasn't Keith David. I forget who voices Ramses. He's like a really prolific voice actor. Or actor in general. I forget who it is. Yeah, thus saith the Lord. God, the Plagues is such a good fucking sequence. Even like the OBS disconnected apparently, and it should be reconnecting. The hell? That's weird. What the fuck? I didn't even get an alert for that. That just happened. Yeah, Val Kilmer plays Moses. Yeah. The bit with the Egyptian priests was good too. Yeah, you're playing with the big boys now. I love that shit. It's so good, man. It's such a good fuck. I haven't watched it recently. I need to like make a yearly thing of watching like my top movies. One of them is so like I think my favorite movie of all time is Prince of Egypt, and then right beneath under that, it's tied between Book of Eli and The Road. And then Mad God is underneath those because Mad God's a fucking trip, dude. Dio, something keeps buzzing and I just realized it's coming from your stream. It's my phone. I thought I turned off notifications. Hold on, let me see if we can turn that off now. Where is Do Not Disturb? Oh, I did not mean to click that. That was the wrong thing to click. Go back to camo. Camo, turn back on, please. There we go. Did that movie create Shrek as a punishment? So there's like a rumor, I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but my understanding is that all the people who were like behind on deadlines for Prince of Egypt got put to work on Shrek, and Shrek turned out to be the thing that made the most money between those two movies. Not like Prince of Egypt was bad, but yeah, people got forced to work on Shrek as a punishment, apparently. That's a rumor, though. I don't think it was ever confirmed. Yeah, no, it's my phone. Which let me see if I can actually turn that off. It's still on Do Not Disturb, so it should be good now, hopefully. Now people on YouTube making analytics using the Plague sequence. It's so good, man. Imagine pulling out 2 bangers and one of them was a punishment project. It used to be a beast, yeah. You know, Mike Myers was originally not supposed to do a Scottish accent. He was just supposed to use his real or like normal voice when they were making Shrek. And it was like so egregious and boring. I don't remember what the logic was, but I think it was just like, let me just try to voice this like in a Scottish accent and just see if it works. And it worked perfectly. It made Shrek a very recognizable and much more entertaining character than just having Mike Myers speak as himself. Because there's always that problem about like star power of where you don't want the actor to like put on a voice. You want them to be themselves, but it's always a double-edged sword. And if anything, it's just like for the worse, especially in animation projects. Like, I'm not a fan of The Rock, but I did like him as Maui in Moana, the first one, not the second one. I didn't watch the second one for obvious reasons. Fucking Disney slop. DreamWorks used to be, they're still a top 3 animation studio. Nah, I disagree. They haven't made anything, in my opinion, that's been interesting. As much as I don't like, yeah, Puss in Boots and Last Wish was fantastic, but that's like after fucking what felt like a decade of just trash coming out. Like, as much as I don't like the Minions or like Despicable Me stuff, Illumination is a very good animation studio. Like, the VeggieTales was the first fully CGI series. Not only was the VeggieTales the first full CGI series, but it was also like revolutionary to the point where Pixar was asking VeggieTales what they did for all their animations and stuff when they were developing Toy Story. Like, I think one thing that they never were able to figure out was how to make a character blink with both eyes. And like, you could, I don't remember what the reasoning for it is, but you could see like in some of the shots in Toy Story, when characters blink, they blink one eye at a time. I think Woody specifically has that problem. I don't remember if it's if it affects the other toys or not. Very interesting. And all the while, when that was fucking happening, like, when did Prince of Egypt come out? Hold on. Because Toy Story came out in like 1998, 1996. Prince of Egypt came out in 1998, and Toy Story came out, I'm pretty sure it was 1995 Toy Story came out. So within a 3-year time span, we went from characters who could only blink one eye at a time to the fucking parting of the Red Sea in Prince of Egypt in 3 years. That's how fast technology advanced. Maui, I think, was made for The Rock. That's why he goes so well with him. A lot of celebrities are put into random characters for the star power. I don't know. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I feel like you could have taken a lot of actors and put him with Maui. But I also just feel like specifically his voice and like his mannerisms and demeanor work very well for Dwayne Johnson. As much as I don't particularly like him as a person and an actor, it worked well. Because at a certain point, you do have to make the character with an actor in mind. Yeah, no. We were spoiled back then, dude. Hey, remember when Dan Aykroyd, or however you fucking say his name, tried to, or was in a fucking live action Yogi Bear movie? Anybody remember that shit? That was weird. What was Dwayne Johnson as the Scorpion King? Oh yeah, his fucking weird plastic CGI face. So good, dude. Let me tell you. I never got into The Mummy when it was a thing. Probably just shaved off way too much, but it's fine. Top 3 animation studios, in my opinion: DreamWorks, Illumination, and Sony. Top 3 for me, just objectively, and I'm gonna try to ignore how far some of them have fallen, in my opinion, is DreamWorks, Pixar, and I know Pixar is technically speaking a part of Disney, but they're counted separately for some reason. But DreamWorks, Pixar, and I think it's cheating to say Studio Ghibli, however you want to say it. I think it's cheating to say that, but they're still an animation studio, so I'll count them. Spirited Away was very fun to watch when I was a kid and I had no idea what anime was. Spirited Away, by the way, is the best Studio Ghibli movie. I will not accept any substitutions. Where the fuck is this supposed to connect? There has to be a flat part somewhere. Right here. Fuck, how did I forget Pixar? Literally, how did you forget Pixar? That's crazy. I agree, but that just came to say hi on the stream. Oh, hello, Coffee. Ponyo was a trip, except Fish Girl in Your Heart. I still think Spirited Away is the best one. I tried to watch Totoro, couldn't get into it. I honestly hated that movie. My main problem with Studio Ghibli movies is that Hayao Miyazaki is a miserable fucking bastard. Like just like for borderline no fucking reason. He's just a miserable piece of shit. I've never actually seen a Ghibli movie, but I'm glad that people like them. I'm interested in the one with Christian Bale. Christian Bale's been in like 3 of them, dude. He's in Howl's Moving Castle too. It's so weird seeing people like, because I mean, obviously, like they get American actors. I say American, and Christian Bale's like technically speaking Welsh, but that's besides the point. I get they have to get English speaking actors to do the dubs for these, but it's also just like wild to just find out. It's just like, yeah, Christian Bale. This is what isn't Dave Bautista in one of them? I can't remember. I think he is, right? Because it's like always like the weirdest actors who are in like English and Billy Crystal. It's always like the weirdest actors who are in Ghibli movies for like no reason. It's just like, oh, my kids love these or something like that. Pretty sure Dave Bautista's in one of them. You connect back here or something? What the fuck? Boy and the Heron? He's in Boy and the Heron? I didn't know that. I'm gonna hold this in the fuck ass position like I'm saying. Next to the back of this. So weird. I do need to watch more Ghibli movies just because like they're just flat out good. So funny he was in that. And Robert Pattinson, right? He's also in that. So what I mean is just like the most random fucking people. And it's not inherently a bad thing. This is like so strange. It's also nice to see that this like these quality of movies are able to like bring people like that together and work on a big ass project. Doesn't Studio Ghibli still use cel animation? I believe they do. Mark Hamill's in here too. Mark Hamill's been in 2 of them, I think. I might be wrong. Mark Hamill's also been in like fucking 50 million projects or something. Mark Hamill's been in so many projects he forgets what he's been in. He's fucking... He was the English dub for fucking Majima in Yakuza Kiwami or whatever, and he does not remember. It's so funny. The face of Flash Thompson from MCU Spider-Man is in the Heron. That's so funny. It's the most random fucking people. And it's not like to like say like it's against their acting ability, like they why are they in this? Just like how the fuck did any of this happen? Arcane was in 3 Ghibli projects. That's so unsurprising. Out of anybody, that's unsurprising. If you told me Kevin Conroy was in one before he passed, that'd be surprising, because I don't particularly remember Kevin Conroy being interested in anime or anything. I might be wrong. Most people usually are interested in it to some capacity, because it's a whole big industry. Fucking Flash Thompson is in fucking Boy in the Hair, and it's fucking so funny. Florence Pugh and MCU's in here. Fucking who is not in it? Is Terry Crews in a fucking Ghibli movie somewhere? Because at this point, everyone's fucking in one. Four. Oh, we're almost done building them. Apparently, I'm in here and Ravi's too. So many fucking random people, man. Until the mall caught fire and we had to evacuate the theater. Most unfortunate. I need to hurry up and get off my ass and figure out how to do a vintage story server. Oh, it connects like that. I'm a fool. Kevin Conroy's not in a Ghibli movie. Most unfortunate. Yeah, I fucking miss Kevin Conroy, dude. Kevin was in Batman the Animated Series. You didn't know that? That's where he got his start, I'm pretty sure. Willem Dafoe is. Of fucking course he is. So here's we went from Will Smith eating spaghetti to Michael Jackson standing fast food. That's wild. Don't get me started on AI. Oh, shoot, that's where it went. Yeah, no, I'm joking. I don't believe you. I truly believe you were this dumb. You wouldn't have known that. I need to finish watching Batman the Animated Series. It was never airing when I was a kid. I've been watching it on Amazon. So I don't know if Amazon has Justice League. Shout out to Booster Gold. He might get a fucking James Gunn movie made of him. Was the He-Man remake 4 years ago? How did I not know that it was my childhood? Yeah, the He-Man remake was a few years ago at this point. You love watching the collapse of civilization in real time. No, the collapse of civilization is like the postal service going out, not AI being a thing, which is just not going to be able to fucking build PCs. How the fuck does this go on to this? Okay, these don't connect that way, so how the fuck are you two supposed to connect? Hold on. Tim Curry's in a Ghibli movie? What the fuck? I was looking at Robbie, I didn't see that. I'm too busy trying to get this fucking piece together. My bad, OG, my bad. There we go, I found it. Alright. The tiniest little nubs to connect all these fucking pieces together, and I'm just supposed to make them work. Fucking insanity, man. These two are connected somehow. D. Bradley Baker's in House pre-Clone Wars. Nice. Actually, real quick, I remember After God is really good manga. I've heard of it. I don't read manga because I don't have time, but good to know. The only manga I have any interest in fully reading is Berserk, but it's not done, so I'm waiting on that. My brother catches pirated like a same person. I have an Amazon account because of my family. I don't pay for it. If I paid for it, I wouldn't be doing that. Currently, right now, the only streaming service I have that I feel is actually worth it somewhat is Amazon, but that's also, you know, because you get fucking Prime bundled and all that other bullshit because of Amazon has a fucking monopoly on most of the entertainment sphere. You as a Prime sub so we can watch Has-Been, I'd rather fucking blow my brains out. I refuse to watch that show. I do not like Visipop as a person. does this shit connect? Fuck. Am I insane, or does it connect here? Surely I'm insane. Okay, so welcome to the Warband, brother. Hell yeah. I'll probably refresh the Discord. Actually, I'll do it right now before I forget. I haven't made a new one in a bit. Image. Should have an image to use somewhere, right? Oh, I got the perfect image. There we go. There's a new link if you want to go look at the caves. I've never should be calling it at night, but not before joining. Catch you all around. See you, caves. I just posted a new link with the in the posts section of the channel. You should find it. You'll know which one it is. Am I having a stroke, or is remember turning a Raycon turning a different shade of green? I have no idea. Night, caves. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna end stream soon. In a little bit anyways. As soon as I figure out how to fucking put this goddamn piece on. Losing my fucking mind. What am I doing wrong? Oh, wait. Not just. I'm losing my fucking mind. I swear it goes right here. Drop the piece again. It is somewhere. Fucking life is pain, especially when you're building Warhammer. Look at the picture of Gur. What am I doing wrong here? There has to be a behind shot of him, right? Oh shit, it's midnight. Yeah, you should fucking go to bed. I'm not gonna be on much longer, so will not be missing out on much. It's nearly 2:30 for me. You should definitely go to fucking Ned Appo. Let me share something to shed posting real quick. Oh yeah. I probably actually put these on the base. That way I can have a frame of reference of where this is supposed to go. It goes there. I never would have guessed that. Holy shit. No, why? I've been trying to fucking fit a piece on off screen because I'm fiddling with it like a psychopath, and I figured out where it goes, and I want to throw myself off a bridge now that I know. This onto the rest of the body. Damn it, fell apart. Let's go, there it is. Really just glue this onto the base first before I do anything else. Oh, Jesus. Alright, we're gonna need super glue for this one. It's getting too fiddly at the end. You think Blue People in Avatar 3 will break its own franchise record? I think Blue People Avatar 3. No. Uh, it has not made much money, is my understanding, and it might not make even a profit this time around, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I feel like the hype for Avatar died down too quick, or not died down too quickly. It died down because it took so long to get to this point. Of having people be excited for the entire franchise again. I like how I have to distinctly call it Blue People Avatar. Figure stuck. Fuck. And it's falling apart. Stay mounted, motherfucker. There we go. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the Sun record. I think was the opening week. It only made I forgot how much money it made. Opening weekend, it made 888 million domestically and 345 million globally, supposedly. I forget how long it took for the first Avatar to reach like $1 billion or something crazy like that. But the what's it called? The actual budget was like 400 million or something, right? In order to actually be profitable, you have to make double your budget. Maybe in like a week, over the course of a week, it might make more. The opening day is not weekend, I guess. Not that bad. But 400 million on as a budget is fucking insane. I posted all I need in shed posting. Also at my theater, Avatar's doing pretty good, not crazy good. They need, yeah, they need to make fucking $800 million to make profit. It's wild. It's like the first film never existed. 2 weeks after the box office. Meanwhile, I still know motherfuckers talking about Endgame. Yeah. There's a man who'll make a fourth. Apparently, that's planned already, but it's like planned for like in like 6 years or something. These rapid releases back to back. Fine. Almost done. Avatar is incredible to watch, but I don't remember a single name except Pandora and Unobtainium. Such a stupid fucking name, man. Uh, I completely forgot the name of the super racist man. Like Quaritch or something, which I thought was the name of like the weird, like his son, who's like weird, like weirdo indigenous or something. I don't remember what's going on. I'm saying weirdo indigenous. That's racist, but like, someone's kid is like learning from the Navi or something. I didn't watch the second movie because I know Sully or whatever his name now is, his Navi name, has children in the Navi tribe. Yeah, humanity first, exactly. Well, I say that, but now he has like a fucking like alien wife or girlfriend or something. The Fire Lady. Nebraska, Nebraska. Xenos hater, the species of his girlfriend. Wait, the MC's name is Sully? Oh, Sullivan. Was it not? Like Jake Sully? Jake Sullivan? Dude, I've not watched the first Avatar, like, since I watched it in theaters. That's not even a meme. Oh, apparently his name is Jake Sully. Yeah, it's like the most like weird generic name ever. That's not like fucking John Pandora or something. Underside down here? Question mark. Avatar 1 is my mom's favorite movie. We have it on Blu-ray, and we'd be on like once a month. I still didn't know the MC's name until today. That's hilarious, because I've watched it once. I knew what his name was. How long ago was the second film released? It was released a few years ago. It wasn't that long, I don't think. Super cool military guy is Stephen Lang. Gotcha. I don't remember the second film being released that long ago. It was like a few years, maybe. Fuck. Colonel Miles yeah, Quaritch. He apparently won an award for it? Really? I did not know that. Good, because I really like that character. Yes, I know he's fucking super racist to species man, but whatever. I think he's just interesting as a character. Connecting to that. Second movie came out in 2022, so yeah, like 3 years ago at this point. I have fool. It's supposed to go like that, right? Oh. Yeah, the Quartz is actually a cool name. Should have been the MC's name or something. Yeah, but the Jake was never meant to be particularly interesting. I think he was just meant to be a vehicle for the story. Quartz being an actually interesting character and maintaining the name, I think, is better. Because you got a guy who's literally like seems evil, but also at the same time, Earth is literally dying, and yes, it is humanity's fault, but he's literally trying to stop humanity from fucking, or Earth specifically, from fucking collapsing. God damn, dude, this part's fucking so annoying. Jake was mean. Was meant to be a proxy for the audience. I think like shit is a word for this. Yeah, it's for the audience. Like Jake isn't necessarily a character. He's meant to be a vehicle for the audience to see the story through his eyes and understand what the fuck is going on. There's a name for this. There's a name for it. I lose my fucking mind trying to attach this piece correctly. Let's just click on there, right? What the fuck? Not sit on right. And where is this part supposed to connect? It's not supposed to look like that. Oh jeez. Apparently Gamora from the MCU plays Blue Lady. Not gonna bother having that name. Wild how CGI changes her face. You mean the Navi lady? The main one? I forget her name too. Was she in Twilight? Or am I wrong? I thought that was the whole joke, is that like she looks the same no matter what role she's in. Is there another Blue Lady? I forgot Pandora was supposed to be literally the next star system over in Alpha Centauri. Is it? Huh. How was I supposed to know? Why does this part look like this? Whatever. this piece. Bro, you work in a movie theater. Shouldn't you know this shit? I literally solved how I was supposed to put this together, and I immediately forgot how it's supposed to go together. It goes like this. Okay. And after fucking God knows how many hours of agonizing pain, he is finally done. Fucking hell. Apparently, the new blue lady was a receptionist in Quantum Solace. Quantum Solace. I didn't watch that. Say, how bad was Twilight really? It's pretty bad. The only reminder: Twilight exists because of 9/11. Where did I put my cap for my glue? I think I just stepped on it. Yes, it did. There we go. All right. That is enough building for me for today. That was exhausting. This fucking and he's so fucking wobbly too. I hate that shit. All right, I am going to go to bed. Well, I'm not gonna go to bed. I'm gonna work on shit, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna get off stream. Nice hanging out with you guys as always. Was the Twilight a fan work of? So this is a series of events. 9/11 happened. 9/11 caused the start of My Chemical Romance because the guy who started up the band wrote a song or whatever inspired off of it. My Chemical Romance inspired 50 Shades of Grey, and Twilight was a fan fiction of 50 Shades of Grey. And then Stephanie Myers or whatever her name is that wrote Twilight ended up writing a gender bent version of it where it's some like lanky, unlikable high school guy who has a vampire lady who wants to like fucking murder bone him, but is also trying to like stave off her inhibitions while there's a super muscular Native American tomboy werewolf girl trying to protect them. So if you ever made fun of Twilight and you want to like get it, I guess go read that. I don't know if that post was ever real or if that was just like somebody memeing or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I get it. I go to bed. Good night, everybody.